In my PhD work, first of all, I did a review on the decentralized management of fecal sludge in urban slum areas. You know, these slum areas are unique. The setting is unique compared to other settings in the world. So in here, I had first do a review on the practices in these urban slum areas, a review again on the technologies that are used in these slum areas, and also the ways of how fecal sludge is being managed in these slum areas. Now, the review, I completed it, and it has been already published in one of the journals, that is Resources Conservation and Recycling. Another output of the work I'm expecting to find, because at the moment I'm dealing with, I'm looking at the characteristics of fecal sludge generated in these areas, and how I can be able to come up with or upgrade the technologies that we could use in management of fecal sludge in these areas. The technologies I'm looking at are in line with watering technologies, treatment of the liquid stream, and also drying of the fecal sludge in these areas. And the major focus on these areas is the parts which are not served by mechanized emptying. You know, from the review, I was able to see that in some of the slum areas, it is possible to collect fecal sludge using mechanical emptiers, but in some cases, and this is a number, for example, in Kampala, we have so many parts of the slums where the trucks cannot be able to maneuver through the access roads to where the facilities, sanitation facilities are. Now, my major focus is on these kind of areas where these trucks cannot reach. Yeah, the most valuable thing I've learned, I've got to realize that slums can be different. Much as we are talking about slums, but slums also in different areas can be different. The setting can be different. So even the sanitation facilities used in these slums in different countries can be different. For example, you may find that in Kampala, the largest number of sanitation facilities, over 95% in use, are pit latrines. When you find in other slums, you may find there are septic tanks, which are not in, say, in Kampala slums. So it's not easy to have like one solution, say, for management of sludge in all slums. So the context, the local context matters so much when you are coming up with technologies for managing fecal sludge. In your life, one, after finishing the research, because I'm looking at coming up with technologies or improvement of technologies so that fecal sludge can be well managed in these areas where we don't have mechanized emptying. Now, after coming up with the prototypes and testing them, the next stage I'm looking at, maybe even after my PhD, looking at how we can be able to upgrade these technologies to testing them and rolling them, and see how they can be able to operate in such kind of settings. So I'm really looking at how this can be achieved. And I think one day in such kind of places, because I've seen it's not easy that slums are going to disappear just one day. It's not easy for them to appear one day, and people are still suffering in such kind of places with the generated fecal sludge. So I believe when we have such kind of technologies that are going to be in use, maybe one day things will be better for the slum communities.
Right. Thank you very much.